So I'll just explain briefly because I noticed that so many people have been asking questions on ICANN exam. How do we register? How do we prepare for exams? What do I need to do? So I'm going to explain briefly. Then after the explanation, I'm going to leave. I'm going to give you opportunity to ask questions. So I want it to be interactive. If you have any question, if you have anything you want to, you need clarification, so you can just ask as we move on. So let me just share my screen with you. So we discuss briefly. Then after that, you ask your question, whatever you want to ask. So you are free to ask your question. So I will start with ICANN registration and requirements. So that's just, then after that, I will go to examination structure. Then after examination structure, I'm going to discuss how you can prepare for your exams and what are the things you need to do to actually get ready. So let's get started. So we all know the meaning of ICANN already. So the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and is a professional um, body. It's a professional accounting body. It is also one of the professional accounting associations in Nigeria with regulatory authority. The other being the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. That is what we call NAN. But that is not, it's not as, okay, some people say they are not hearing, they are not seeing me. I believe you can see me now. I believe you can see me now. So don't worry, let's continue. So HICAN was established by an act of Parliament, which is on September 1st, 1965, from existing accounting and auditing organization, including the Association of Accountants in Nigeria. Its mission states that it produces world-class chartered accountants, regulates and continuously improves their ethical standards and technical competence in the public interest. So that is the major aim and mission of the Institute. Over the years, ICANN has become a large community of accountants that has certified more than 38,000. Like I have a message or question. You are far from the system. But can you hear me? You can unmute yourself. You can hear me clearly, right? Can you hear me properly? I have the monitor here. I can see the screen and I can as well hear myself. So if you can't hear me, you can just check your mic or you log out and come in again. I think it will be better that way. Okay, so let's continue. So I said over 38,000 public accountants working in different sectors of the economy. And currently, the last induction made the number of chartered accountants to be above 60,000 chartered accountants in Nigeria so far. So the institute was established to perform the following duties: determine what level of knowledge and skills are required of those seeking to join the accounting profession, and raise those levels as circumstances allow. Okay. Then after that, ensure in accordance with the provisions of the Act, the establishment and maintenance of registers. of fellows, associates, and registered accountants entitled to practice as an accountant and auditor, so as well as the publication of lists of those persons on a regular basis. So for you to practice as a chartered accountant or to have your own firm, so I can also supersede, so also supervise that. Then lastly, perform through the council of the institute all other functions conferred on it by the heart. So we don't have much to do with their story or the history. Now, most questions I've been receiving on WhatsApp, chatting me, asking different questions, depends, based on this. Who is eligible for ICANN certification? Every graduate is eligible. If you are not a graduate, if you have AAT, that is, you come through ATS, you are also eligible to write ICANN. If you are a graduate from university or polytechnic, you are also eligible to write ICANN. Regardless of their class of degree, however, you must have the following documents in place before you apply or for the ICANN. So all you just need to do is your degree certificate from a university or HND certificate from a polytechnic. The only thing is that it depends on what you study in the university or polytechnic. If you study accounting, then it means you are going to start from another level, from those who study economics. If you study economics, your level you are going to start is going to be different from those who study CRK. So there's no um, discipline you have that you cannot go into ICANN, either microbiology, either CRK, either accounting, economics, whatever you graduate with, you can actually apply for ICANN. The only thing is that you will not start from the same level, and your exception is going to be different. Also, if you graduate from some university in Nigeria, you may not be starting at the same level. I mean, if you graduate from university in Nigeria, some university I'm going to mention so very soon, and then you study accounting. For example, if you study accounting and you graduate from Lagos State Polytechnic or Lagos State University, you are going to start from skills and you are going to pay for exception in foundation and audits in skills. Now, if you graduate from Covenant University or Babcock, you will not start from skills. You just go straight to professional level to write your professional exam. But you are going to pay for exemption in foundation and you pay for exemption in skills level. That is if you graduate before 2014 or you graduate after 2014. Sorry. So if you graduate after 2014, you are starting from professional. If you graduate from Covenant or backup. Okay, so your own level result is needed and you must have 5 credits. Mathematics and English is very important. So you must have that. Then your photograph will be needed. Then after that, if you are eligible for ICANN registration, then you are to provide the following minimum entry requirements for the different exams. For professional students, university degree certificates, or which you have explained, and any other qualification for the time being approved by the council. So ATS students also qualify if you have national certificate in education, you are also qualified, but where you are going to start is going to be different, okay? And so on like that. Now, how do you register for ICANN as a professional student? the step by step. The first thing to do to register for Ican exam, I've been receiving so many messages concerning this. So the first thing to do concerning Ican exam is to go to bank and pay for registration fee. Go to bank and pay for registration fee. I prefer you go to bank. Some people, sorry, let me just try to type something here. Okay, so what I'm saying is this. You want to register, all you have to do is just go to the bank and pay 8,000. Then they are going to charge you the bank charges. Bank charges is not more than 400 or 300. So you pay 8,000 and you'll be given bank receipts. So you come to your laptop, there's going to be address to follow on that receipt. So once you click or once you type that address on your laptop, then click and the site will load. After that, you key in the serial number and the deposit number on that receipt to generate a PIN and SNO number. So once you are done with that, kindly print or write that PIN and the SNO number somewhere because you are going to need it in the next step. So once you get that PIN and the other number ready, click on proceed to the next level or the next step. So once you get to that next step, a form is going to be open to you where you are going to input all your personal data, your institution, your certificate, what level you are starting, and you are going to need one chartered accountant to also do that for you. That is, you are going to need the membership number of one chartered accountant as a reference. So you are going to put it there. Then, when you are done with filling all the necessary requirements on that form, you should have gathered all your certificates ready. Your BSc certificate, your BSc certificate, so your BSc certificate, your HND certificate if you have HND, your OND certificate if you have OND, and any other certificates you have, your primary school, your secondary school certificate, you put all this in one PDF, and that PDF will not be more than 7 megabytes. Okay, you put all this in one PDF and make sure it's not more than 7 megabytes. So there's going to be something under that form. They will ask you to upload your document. So you are going to upload that document, and then when you are done, make sure you cross-check that the information you have filled is correct. So after that, click on submit, and you are done with that. Print that registration, print it out, and wait for about 1 week or 2 weeks when you will get your student registration number. So once you get your student registration number, you proceed, by going to bank to pay for exemption. So you must know how much you are going to pay for exemption. Exemption is now 80, I think 89 or something like that. And then you are going to pay for bank charges. When you get to bank, please always tell them you want to pay for professional exemption and professional registration, because we have two registrations. We have one for ATS students and we have one for professional. So you are writing professional if you are writing Ican. So always differentiate that with your bank, those who are attending to you. So after that, pay for exemption, follow the same, collect the receipt from the bank, follow the same procedure by clicking on the address on that slip. Then fill the necessary PIN to generate your PIN, and then after that, click on the exemption and the paper you are going to be exempted. Then after that, you wait. When you submit that, wait for like about 2 weeks. When you make sure that, when you check that your exemption has been cleared and accepted, then you can now proceed to make payment for exam. So you still follow the same way. Go to the bank, pay, come back, log into your ICAN portal, and then register for the exam. So that is just all about registration. If you have any question, I'm going to entertain that very soon. Then examination structure. How does it look like? Now, examination structure, we have 2 parts for examination structure. If you are writing foundation, you are going to have objectives 1 to 40 or 60, I guess. Then you are going to have section B, which is going to be theory. But if you are writing skills and professional, there will not be objectives for you. Everything will be theory. So it's going to be 7 questions, and you will answer 5 questions out of 7. Now, question 1 is always compulsory, and question 1 is 30 marks. That is for skills and professional. Then section B, we have 3 questions. You have to answer 2 in that section. And each question will have 20 marks, 20 marks, 20 marks. So you have to answer 2 questions. Then section C, we have 3 questions as well. So that would be question 7, 6, and 7. So you have to answer 2 out of that 3. And each question in that section will be 15 marks, 15 marks. So if you can answer 30 and 20, 20 in section B, which make it 60 marks. Is it 60? That will be 70 marks. Then the remaining 2 questions in section C, 50, 50, that will be 30 plus 70. That makes it 100% of the question. And that is how the question is being done. Now, that is examination structure. How do we prepare for examination? I'll just treat this under 10 minutes. Then I will allow you to ask questions, as many as you have. Now, when you say you want to prepare for ICAN, the first thing you must have is determination. So you must determine that you are ready to write ICAN, because ICAN is going to take away so many things from you. All this party, all this Owambe, all these calls, all these chats, all these things must be put aside when you're about to start ICAN. So ICAN doesn't allow any other thing to run with it. So you have to run it alone. Okay? The first thing to do is to get good material, get good lecture, There are some things that you will read and you won't understand until someone explains it to you. So that's why you need to attend lecture. Okay? After the lecture, make sure you don't miss any class. Attend all the classes. Give it all your best. Okay? If you miss any class, make sure you cover it. Don't even try to miss any class. Because once you miss one class, it's going to affect every other one. Because Ican lecture is always step by step. So if you miss any of the steps, it's going to affect the next one you are going to attend. So you must make sure you cover every stages as you move on. In group account, it's step by step. Once you miss one out of the group, it will be difficult for you to graph it. The same thing to PM, to SFM, to every other subject as well. So after getting connected with the lectures, you need material, good material, summarized material that you can pick within 30 minutes. You'll be able to cover as much as possible because Ican Park is too big for you to start studying. It's going to take you a lot of time and you may not be able to cover a lot. So you need material that have been summarized. So this will actually assist you in learning fast. And then for calculation aspect of the paper, make sure you practice, solve as many as possible. Get a group of people that you can reach together. Or you can get one person that you know that this person is very good. This person can challenge me. This person will assist me. I will get something from this person, and this person will also get something from me. So connect with the person and read together. Okay? Ask the person question. You can even pick a question. You can send it to the person. Let's solve this question together. I'm going to solve my own, you solve my own, then let's compare the solution. From there, if this person gets a particular answer and you don't understand how he arrived or if she arrived at the answer, you can ask him or her. He's going to tell you. If it's the same thing, you will know. If it's another method, you are going to know. Then you pick the simple, the one that is more easier for you to grasp out of the method. So that is how to prepare yourself with Ican. Another thing is that you must have a personal timetable. You must make sure you read at least one paper a day. If you are writing 5 papers, you must make sure you structure your timetable so that you'll be able to touch all the papers within the week. If you are writing SFM, you know that you need SFM most than any other paper. You need to share your percentage, your reading percentage to about 60% to SFM and the remaining 40%, or let's say 40% to SFM, the remaining 60% to remaining 4 papers. That is if you are writing the whole 5 papers. But if you are not writing everything, you must make sure you get your timetable ready. Schedule it, the one that is more easier for you to achieve. If you resume work by 8 o'clock and you come back home around 7 or 8 o'clock, make sure within 8:30 to 9:30 you read, you have your timetable before you sleep. Okay. Another thing is that make sure you don't stress your brain too much. That is, don't read from 10 till 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. That stress should be too much. So you need to rest. You need to rest your brain and refresh. So now that you are starting early, schedule it 2 hours a day is okay. So you read little by little and you will grab it. You will fully understand because you are not reading under pressure. So if you are reading under pressure, you will just your brain will overwork and overeating. That's why you see many people when it is few days to exam, they will break down because they overload the brain with pressure. What you should have been doing in the past 4 months, read it step by step, little by little. Solve as many examples as possible. If you cannot solve, send some questions to the platform where your other students can lay their hands on, practice together. If you don't understand, chat up with your lecturer, let them explain. Okay, these are the ways to go about it. Then some activities that always disturb you from reading, you must make sure you remove them and try to manage them. For example, you know that you can cook for about 2 hours. So that 2 hours you are using to cook, you have to remove it. If there's any fast food you can eat within 10 minutes and save your time. Sitting down at a salon to do your hair for you for about 3 hours or 5 hours, you don't need that for now. Just pack your hair neatly, leave it alone. That 5 hours, put it in your reading. Just need to manage your time in how you prepare for examination. Okay, you need materials. So we'll be supplying materials for you to read as we commence the lecture, which is going to assist you and help you in your reading. Okay, I think for preparation, we still have so many things to talk about, but let me hear from your question. So after your question, we can now add additional information you need to know on that. So I've shared previously how you can prepare. If you are preparing for PSAP, it's different from how you are going to prepare from SFS. If you are preparing for a case study, your preparation is going to be different from how you are going to prepare for CR because we have different approach for each paper. Okay, so you must understand approach you want to use for each paper to make your life easier. So if you have any question, let me entertain your question then before I continue. If you have any question, you can ask from any area of exam. You can unmute yourself or you can write it on the chat box. Okay. So like I said, for those who are writing case study, okay, someone is raising hand. Okay, you can go on.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. How can I get FA and MRS, some RS package?
FA
and MRS.
I'm not sure if you can give that out freely for now, but I'm going to see what I can do if I'm going to share to you on the platform.
Okay, sir.
But for FA, we can share that with you and Emma. So I'm going to share some, not all.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So any other questions? If you have any question that has been bothering you and you want to know about it, or you want to know more about it, so I can continue with my explanation. Okay, so let me continue. If you have any question, just let me know. Just raise up your hand and we are good to go. Okay. Now, the first thing to do is to start the lecture and read your book. You need to actually understand those topics first. If you are starting SFM, understand the basic in that SFM. If you are writing case study, if you are writing a CR, understand them first. At least in the first 2, 3 months, study and learn how to solve, understand the fundamental, understand what each topic is talking about. Then 1 month to go or 1.5 months to exam, you need to start attempting questions. I mean, Pathfinder. Don't rush into Pathfinder. In the first 2, 3 months, all you need to do is to be in class, understand those topics, know how to solve, know how to apply the principle and the fundamental knowledge in the first 2, 3 months. Then when it is 1 month or 1.5 months to go for examination, you must start to attempt question, Pathfinder, which is past question. So at that period, you must be able to take Pathfinder any year, open it. You must be able to solve at least half of that question. At that period, 1 month or 1.5 months, you are yet to solve any question, then your writing exam is in doubt. You must be able to pick past question and lay your hands on it, do justice to it. That's why you're going to know if you are ready or not. Okay, so I believe we are good with that. Okay, fine. Now, when it is now examination, like a few weeks to exam, make sure you arrange yourself properly. It is when it is few minutes to exam, some people will start the registration. Some people will start asking, where is the material? Where are the materials that you share with us? As they are sending materials to you in your class, create a folder on your phone or your system. Arrange it, FA, CR, AA, case study, and be putting those materials, arrange them so that you don't misplace any of the materials as the time goes on. Okay, so someone is raising hand. Your question?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, okay, please. I actually want to confirm a statement that I had from a friend concerning the. I had a statement from a friend who told me that if one failed to complete what's it called, the Ican pass all the papers within 5 years, that whatever one have, it will be cancelled.
Okay, that's true.
Is that?
I can add that in their circular, but they have not implemented. They have not used that against anybody since I joined the ICAN. Okay,
Okay.
they put
Okay.
it in their heart that if you are in professional level and you have been writing that professional level for 5 years and you have not passed that level, then the person will need, they will add back whatever you have passed in that level, they will add it back to what you have passed and you start again. Yes, it's in their heart, but I've not seen them implementing it on any other student. So I know some students that wrote for I wrote professional level for almost 5 or 6 times, and they didn't use that against them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so any other question as we go? So if there's no question, let me continue to explain what I'm saying. Okay, is that another question or for previous one? So this Zoom will log you out in 1 minute. So after 1 minute, just log in again so that we can continue. Okay, so let's continue. So once you are logged out now, kindly join back so that we can finish what we have started. So what I'm saying is this: make sure you create all these materials, arrange them in folders. If you have 10 materials under financial reporting, put them in folder and name that folder financial reporting. So if you need anything concerning continue. Okay, so what I'm saying is this: all these materials you'll be seeing flying in WhatsApp group. Make sure you make use of that judiciously. Okay? Create a folder on your laptop or on your phone. Material that is for financial reporting, put it in that financial reporting. Material that is for case study, put it in case study. Material that is for CR, put it in CR. Because you'll be surprised that you are going to see Ican question that's going to relate to one of the materials you have seen before. And it's going to be very painful if you don't make use of that material. Okay? So instead of you taking that whole part, sitting down and reading it front and back, all you just need to do is to get the materials which is going to be summarized for you. But there are some materials that you must read your ICAN pack for. Example is your audit. All you need for audit is ICAN pack, little, and past question. So they always repeat question for audit, except if they want to upgrade now. So I noticed that the last direct PM, they didn't repeat most of the past questions. So they set new questions afresh. So all you need is good textbook. For PM, I'm going to recognize Adeniji textbook, and then what's this other man? Omoleyiwa textbook. Okay, if you are writing SFL, I will also recognize Omoleyiwa textbook for you, or Rasak. Both of them, you are going to see a lot of past questions to lay your hands on, and then you'll be able to solve. For PM and SFM, all you need to do is past question. Once you are done with one topic, take as many past questions under that topic and solve. So take as many past questions as possible and solve. So that's just about preparation for exam. Then I say when it is few days to examination, please revise your book, get to the examination or early. That is another issue. Many people get late to the examination or when it is like 30 minutes to go to start examination, that is when they will start looking for their number in the examination hall. And At that period, they have stressed themselves and they will not be able to, if you can't hear anything, you have to log out and come in again. I have a monitor here that gives me whatever is happening to every other person. So I can hear myself and I can see the screen I'm sharing. So rushing into examination or 30 minutes to go and then start going up and down, you have stressed yourself and your heart is not stable at that period. But get to examination all you want to do at least 1 hour before exam. Locate your exam seat. Once you get it, like 40 minutes is enough for you. Get a good place around that area. Revise your book. Check it, what you have done. Get a summarize. Flip through it. Try to close it and memorize. Try to see if you still remember. Solve as many. You'll be surprised that the question you open last will be what you are going to see in your examination. It has happened before like that. That the last question you check before you enter is the same thing they're going to give you in the exam. So all you just have to do is send back to the sender. So get into examination of Paulina. You are yet to connect your mic. That's why you're not hearing me. And she cannot even hear me because she didn't connect her mic. Okay. So what I'm saying is that so you have to get to the examination of early, get your number, prepare, revise, not when it is 10 minutes, you now start coming in and start jumping from one place to another and looking for your number. At that period, you will not even get yourself. So you will not be able to relax and get ready. Now, when you get your exam paper, don't rush by answering the question. It's not done that way. Read the question, look at the question. There are going to be 7 questions and you have to answer 5 questions. So look at the question 1. Question 1 will be compulsory for you. So look at it, but don't attempt it yet, except if you are sure that you can get 30, 30 in that question. If you have solved that question over and over, and you are very sure that you can get at least 25 out of 30 out of this question. But if you're not that sure, leave the compulsory question for now. Go to section B, where you're going to have 3 questions and to answer 2 questions. Now look at the requirement. Requirement A, requirement B, requirement C. Can I answer requirement A and C properly? What is the mark allotted? In that section B, there is you have 20 marks there. So in that 20 marks, how many marks can I get out of this 20 marks? If you can get 15 out of 20, okay, tick it. Check another one. If you can get 12 out of 20, tick it. Go to another one. If you can get 15 out of 20, so you pick 15 and 15. You must strategize your mark before you start answering. You can answer question C and question B, but you cannot answer question A. And question A is carrying 10 marks. Question C and B is carrying 10 marks. And you started doing it. Meanwhile, the next question, you can answer both C and B. That will fetch you 15 marks. In next question, you can answer question A, B, C. That will give you 20 marks. But you started that without strategizing your mark. So you must strategize your mark. And you must know which one will take my time, which one will minimize my time. I'm going to use nothing less than 15 minutes here. I'm going to use nothing less than 1 hour here to get the 20 marks. Leave it alone. Go and do the one that you can use short time with good mark. So you must know how to strategize math in your examination. Okay? Then another thing is that once you start writing your examination, you have done, you know A and B very well. You know you are going to get at least 15 marks, but you don't know C. You are not sure of C. And because you are not sure, you left that place blank. That is wrong. That 5 marks that you don't know about, don't leave it blank. Write something that you can write, that you have idea about. Try to write something in that C. You are sure of A and B, but you are not sure of C. Write something in C. Don't leave it blank. You might get at least 1 mark in that place. That 1 mark can make you to pass. If you get 49, that is repeat the course. If you get 50, which is 1 mark difference, you pass the course. So these are the strategies you must know in Ican examination. And you must work with time. There's going to be war clock in the examination hall. Make sure you are working on that, you are working with that time. Once you know that you have used too much time on one question, please leave it and move to the next one. Now, I said don't start with question 1. Go to section B, answer 2 that you know. Go to section C, answer 1. It means you have answered at least 3 questions now. Or if you know any other one that you are very good at, answer it. But when you see that it is 1 hour or 1.5 hours to go, 1 hour or 1.5 hours to go, and you have not started or done anything on question 1, please go back to question 1 with that limited time you have to work on it. You must write something in question 1 is compulsory because it carries the highest mark, and they said it is compulsory to attempt it. So you must attempt question 1 as well, no matter what. Okay? I think that is fine. That is fine. So once you are done with your examination, please, once they ask you submit your paper, when it is time, please don't argue, because this is not school exam. It is a professional exam. Once they tell you drop your pen, drop your paper, you must drop it so that to avoid any story touch. Okay? Another thing is this. Please make sure you get to examination all early. If you get to examination all late, 5 minutes late to examination hall, they will not allow you to enter. So it means the person automatically failed that paper. The money is wasted, the effort is wasted. I know a student in foundation that missed a class, our examination class. I think she got there maybe 20 minutes or 15 minutes later after the examination had started. And they didn't allow her to come in to write the examination. So she has to go back. She was crying because she has already prepared for that exam. Spend money to go for lecture, get material, read, solve as many questions as possible, only to get to examination hall, and they won't allow her to come in. That is very, very painful. So please avoid all these stories, and you'll be good to go. So please make sure you attend lecture. Don't say you want to read on your own. What you can read for 1 hour, or let's say 1 hour. If you attend lecture, you will read and understand under 10 minutes. Because someone must have explained that to you, give you summary, and once you pick your notes, you are good to go within few minutes. So that is just all. If you have any question, I've explained the registration step. So if you have any question, I've also explained examination structure. I've explained how to prepare for examination. Get a friend on the group list. Even on the Zoom now, chat up with somebody and then link up with that person. Read together. Create your group. See someone that, which level are you writing? Which paper are you writing? If you are writing the same paper, that's good. So connect. So this is professional exam. So you have to connect with people and share ideas. Okay? And you are fine to go. During my time, I created a group myself, about 5 of us that we started reading, apart from someone that we are competing. So ginger ourselves that you cannot qualify before me. And she will tell me, you have to catch me if you can. Then we begin to run after each other. Then I created another group that will also read again together, share questions, solve it together, then meet physical, and then also read together. Apart from class, apart from the one that we read together as friends. So I can just have to read over and over and over. So if you have any question, again, let me give you 2 minutes. Then if there's no question, then I'm going to end the meeting. So I believe this has answered so many questions in your mind. So I just have to do this because I've been receiving so many messages over and over again. So I believe it's very clear. So it means there's no question on this. So if you want to go over this video again, I'm going to share it. You can watch it and see it again. So make sure you create your timetable immediately today and start reading. Examination preparation to start immediately. Start reading, solve as many as possible, ask questions, and so on like that. So thank you so much and see you when we start lecture fully.
My